Did you know it takes about 12 bees their entire lives to make just a single teaspoon of honey? That's right, 12 bees working day in and day out will only ever produce enough honey to fill one small spoon. It's a fact that surprises most people, and it really puts into perspective just how precious every drop of honey truly is. That's right, one tiny spoonful is the result of thousands of trips, millions of flower visits, and honestly, a whole lot of teamwork. Each bee will visit up to 5,000 flowers in a single day, collecting nectar and pollen, and then return to the hive to share their bounty with the colony. The process is repeated over and over, day after day, by thousands of bees, all working together in perfect harmony. Bees fly about 55,000 miles, which is more than twice around the world, just to gather enough nectar for that small taste. Imagine the dedication. These tiny insects, each weighing less than a paperclip, collectively travel distances that would take a human years to walk. Their journeys take them across meadows, gardens, and wild fields, all in search of the perfect blossoms. Every drop is a product of tireless effort, a true marvel of nature that we often take for granted. Inside the hive, bees work together to transform the nectar into honey, passing it from mouth to mouth, reducing its water content, and finally storing it in the honeycomb. Then, they fan their wings to help evaporate the remaining moisture, sealing the honey with wax once it's ready. It's a process that requires patience, precision, and an incredible amount of cooperation. When you see a honey jar on your kitchen shelf, it's easy to forget the wild story behind it. That golden liquid is the result of countless hours of labor, not just from one bee, but from an entire community working together. Each jar is a testament to the dedication and unity of the hive, and a reminder of the wonders happening in nature every day, often unnoticed. Each golden drop is a memory of sunlit fields, buzzing hives, and the quiet hum of thousands of wings working together. It's a taste of summer, of wildflowers swaying in the breeze, and of the intricate dance that bees perform as they communicate the location of the best blooms to their sisters. The flavor of honey changes with the seasons and the flowers, making each batch unique, a true reflection of the landscape and the tireless work of the bees. It's not just honey, it's history and hard work packed into a jar. For thousands of years, humans have cherished honey, not only for its sweetness, but for its symbolism of abundance and cooperation. Every spoonful connects us to ancient traditions, to the cycles of nature, and to the incredible story of the bees themselves. Honey is more than a sweet treat. It's a natural miracle made by some of the hardest working creatures on Earth. Bees are essential pollinators, supporting the growth of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Without them, our world would look very different. Their honey is a gift, a byproduct of their vital role in our ecosystem, and a reminder of how interconnected all life truly is. The next time you drizzle honey on your toast or stir it into your tea, remember, you're tasting the work of billions of bees. Each drop is a celebration of nature's complexity, a reward for the bees' relentless effort, and a small miracle that brings sweetness to our lives. So savor it, and appreciate the incredible journey that brought it to your table. Now let's dive into how bees turn simple flower nectar into the world's most famous natural sweetener. We'll explore the fascinating steps, from the moment a bee lands on a blossom to the final sealing of honey in the comb. It's a process full of wonder, science, and a little bit of magic. And it all starts with a search for the perfect flower. Each bee sets out on her journey, guided by scent, color, and the wisdom passed down from her sisters, beginning the incredible process that ends with a single, golden drop of honey. Every morning as the first rays of sunlight touch the earth, bees begin their daily ritual. The hive stirs to life, and soon, a steady stream of bees pours out of the entrance, ready to take on the world outside. As soon as the sun warms the air, the bees sense it's time to get to work. The gentle heat signals the start of a new day filled with opportunity and adventure. Their mission is clear: to seek out flowers bursting with sweet nectar. Each bee becomes a tiny explorer, searching meadows, gardens, and fields for the most promising blooms. Incredibly, a single bee might visit up to 100 flowers in just one trip. She darts from blossom to blossom, never lingering too long, always searching for the richest source of nectar. Using her long, tube-like tongue, the bee delicately sips the sugary liquid hidden deep within each flower. This nectar is the lifeblood of the hive, fueling not only the bees themselves but also the creation of honey. The bee stores the nectar in a special honey stomach, a unique organ separate from her own digestive system. This clever adaptation allows her to carry large amounts of nectar back to the hive without using it for her own energy, like a living delivery truck. But how do bees tell each other where to find the best flowers? They communicate in a way that's both ancient and ingenious. They dance. Yes, bees literally dance to share information. The waggle dance is a bee's way of sharing directions with her sisters. It's a language made of movement, vibration, and energy. When a forager bee returns to the hive, she performs a figure-8 pattern on the honeycomb, waggling her body in the middle section. This dance is more than just a show, it's a coded message. The direction of the waggle tells the other bees which way to fly in relation to the sun, while the length and speed of the waggle indicate how far away the flowers are. It's a sophisticated system, honed by millions of years of evolution. This system is so precise that scientists have spent decades decoding the waggle dance, learning to read the bees' movements like a living map. Through careful observation, researchers can actually predict where the bees will go next. It's a natural GPS, powered not by satellites or technology, but by teamwork, trust, and the remarkable instincts of these tiny insects. Every bee relies on her sisters, and together, they keep the hive thriving. No emails, no GPS satellites, just a dark hive and a little wiggle. In the dim, crowded hive, this dance is the key to survival, guiding the colony to the best food sources day after day. Once the message is delivered, a new batch of eager bees rushes out, following the directions encoded in the dance. They take to the skies, ready to gather nectar and keep the cycle moving, ensuring the hive's success with every trip. And so, the dance continues, connecting each bee to her sisters and to the world beyond the hive. When a forager bee returns to the hive after a long journey gathering nectar from blooming flowers, she doesn't keep her treasure to herself. Instead, she seeks out a house bee, one of her sisters waiting inside the hive. The forager gently passes the nectar to the house bee, mouth to mouth, in a delicate exchange that's both efficient and full of teamwork. The house bee then gets to work. She chews the nectar for about half an hour, using her mouthparts to mix it thoroughly. As she does this, she adds special enzymes from her saliva. These enzymes are crucial. They begin to transform the nectar, breaking down complex sugars into simpler ones. This process not only makes the nectar easier to digest, but also helps preserve it, setting the stage for honey's long shelf life. As the enzymes work their magic, the nectar's sugars start to change. The liquid becomes thicker, more syrupy, and much less likely to spoil. This transformation is the first step in turning sweet, watery nectar into the rich, golden honey we know and love. But the journey isn't over yet. The nectar still contains a lot of water, far too much for it to be stored safely as honey. If left as it is, the nectar could ferment or spoil, so the bees need to remove most of this excess moisture. To do this, house bees carefully spread the nectar into the hexagon-shaped wax cells of the honeycomb. These perfect geometric shapes aren't just beautiful, they maximize storage space and help the nectar dry out more quickly. Now comes one of the most fascinating parts of the process. The bees line up and begin to fan their wings, sometimes hundreds at a time. They flap so rapidly that they create a gentle but constant breeze inside the hive, circulating air over the exposed nectar. This airflow helps evaporate the water from the nectar, slowly turning it from a thin, runny liquid into thick golden honey. Over time, the nectar's water content drops from about 70% to less than 20%, making it safe to store for months or even years. Once the honey reaches just the right consistency, the bees know it's ready. They carefully cap each honeycomb cell with a thin layer of fresh white wax, sealing in the honey and protecting it from air and moisture. This wax seal acts like nature's Tupperware, keeping the honey fresh and safe from spoilage. Amazingly, honey stored this way can last for years without going bad. In fact, archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are thousands of years old and still perfectly edible. Honey's natural chemistry and the bees' careful process make it one of the world's most enduring foods. Inside the hive, honey is more than just a sweet treat. It's the bees' main food source, especially during winter or when flowers are scarce. The colony relies on these stores to survive tough times, feeding on the honey they worked so hard to create. But honey isn't just for the bees, it's also a remarkable gift they share with the world, nourishing people, inspiring cultures, and reminding us of the magic that happens every day inside the hive. Beekeepers have been working with bees for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians kept bees in clay pots by the Nile. Today's beekeepers use wooden boxes called hives, but the partnership is the same. Beekeepers protect the bees, move hives to new flower fields, and harvest honey at the right time. A good beekeeper watches for signs of trouble. Are the bees healthy? Is there enough food? Are there pests or diseases? They wear protective suits, use smokers to calm the bees, and move slowly to avoid harming the hive. Harvesting honey is a careful job. Beekeepers only take the extra honey, leaving plenty for the bees to survive. They cut off the wax caps from the honeycomb frames and prepare them for the next stage: factory processing. This ancient partnership keeps both humans and bees thriving, but it's not always easy. Once the honey-filled frames reach the factory, the real transformation begins. First, workers use heated knives to slice off the wax caps from each cell. This step is called uncapping. The wax is saved and used for candles or cosmetics. Next, the frames go into a big spinning machine called an extractor. This machine spins fast, using centrifugal force to fling the honey out of the comb. The honey slides down the walls and collects at the bottom, thick and golden. After extraction, the honey is filtered to remove tiny bits of wax, bee parts, or pollen. This makes the honey clear and smooth, but some small-scale producers skip this step to keep more flavor. Finally, the honey is poured into jars, sealed tight, and labeled for sale. From flower to jar, the journey is long and complex, but each step keeps the honey pure, safe, and ready for your breakfast table. Bees face many dangers today, and not just from hungry bears. Tiny mites called varroa feed on bee blood and spread disease. Pesticides used on crops can poison bees, making them weak or confused. Some winters, whole colonies die off, a problem called colony collapse disorder. Another problem is fake honey. Some factories mix real honey with cheap syrup to make more money. This fake honey is hard to detect and hurts honest beekeepers and bees. It can fill store shelves with cheap, low-quality products that fool buyers and drive real honey producers out of business. Beekeepers work hard to fight pests, keep bees healthy, and test their honey for purity. But the problems are big, and bees need more help from everyone. If bees disappear, it's not just honey we lose. The whole world's food supply is at risk. Bees do much more than make honey. As they visit flowers, pollen sticks to their hairy bodies and gets carried from plant to plant. This pollination helps crops grow. Fruits, nuts, and vegetables all depend on bees. Without them, our diets would shrink, and grocery stores would be emptier. 1 out of every 3 bites of food you eat is thanks to pollinators like bees. Apples, almonds, blueberries, and even coffee depend on their work. Farmers often hire beekeepers to place hives in orchards during bloom time, making sure every flower gets visited. Honey is a bonus, a tasty byproduct of all this pollination. But the real value of bees is in the fields and orchards, where they quietly keep the world fed. This invisible service is one more reason to respect and protect these tiny workers. Every jar of real honey is a story of teamwork, patience, and trust. It's not made in a day or in a lab. It's the result of thousands of bees working all spring and summer. The taste and color of honey change with the flowers and seasons. Clover honey is light and sweet, while wildflower honey is dark and bold. Real honey is packed with natural sugars, vitamins, and enzymes that make it special. Many people use honey as a natural remedy for coughs or wounds, and chefs love it for its depth of flavor. Buying real honey supports local beekeepers and helps keep bee populations strong. Every time you choose pure honey, you reward the hard work of bees and humans alike. That golden glow in the jar is a symbol of nature's best work, worth every penny. The next time you taste honey, think of the journey it took to reach your spoon. From flower fields to buzzing hives, from careful beekeepers to spinning factory extractors, every step is a lesson in patience and care. Billions of bees working as one make this sweet miracle possible. But bees are in trouble. More than ever, they need clean air, safe flowers, and people who care. We can help by planting bee-friendly gardens, choosing real honey, and supporting local beekeepers. If we protect bees, we protect our food, our farms, and our future. Honey is precious because the workers who make it are priceless. Let's give bees a chance to keep buzzing so our world stays sweet for generations to come. The story of honey is really the story of the bee, and it's a story we all share.